doing on social media with my team and I are the same system that Ambit Energy teaches. So whether we meet people in person or whether we're meeting them on Facebook or Instagram, whatever social media platform is being used, the system should still be followed. So it should always have a hello. There should always be a compliment involved. That should never change whatsoever. And then you should start by sending teasers, asking what they do for a living. How do they like what they do for a living? How do they like their job? And naturally, by asking these questions, potential prospects start sharing their life story. They start sharing how much they do not like their job or what's going on with their finances or how they just got laid off or how they're overworked and underpaid. I wait to read these things on Facebook. The moment that I read these things, it's my cue to go in to make an invitation. So not confusing the invitation with the presentation. Same philosophy is there, and it's still tied into Facebook. But the beautiful thing about Facebook is that I can see my prospect. I can see who they are, the type of person they are, because I'm a firm believer that someone's top 10 Facebook posts tells exactly who they are in life. I mean, you can go look at my last 10 posts, and you could pretty much get an idea for who I am as a person. And I could do that with anyone else on this call that has a Facebook platform. If I were to look at your top 10 posts, I could pretty much tell, without fully knowing you, a good gist of who you are. And so that helps me a lot, too, when I'm intentionally prospecting on Facebook. And another great thing is I can see who I actually want in my business. And what I'm getting at without prejudging is this. If I see someone on Facebook that are flipping off cameras and they're complaining about the government 10 times a day on their Facebook posts and they're talking about how they hate life, it's just probably not someone I want in my business. And so I've learned to leverage that and appreciate that, because sometimes meeting strangers in person, you can't really feel those vibes. And people can put on a very good first impression, but then you start finding out things on the second, third, fourth, fifth, or sixth exposure, right? I think it's safe to say that. So through relationship marketing on Facebook, again, prospecting, making sure my Facebook is public. So if you guys have a Facebook, it needs to be public. Your Facebook needs to be public. If your Facebook is not public, you are crippling your business. It has to be public. But then here's the biggest thing. You have to be branded. Your Facebook has to be branded. So your Facebook profile photo, it needs to be professional. Your background photo, it needs to be inviting or motivating or encouraging. It has to be either of those three, because if it's not, pretend I'm your boss in a traditional job, and I look at your Facebook, and I'm scanning you, and I'm saying, okay, do I want to hire this person, right, in a traditional business? Well, when prospects are seeing your Facebook page because you're messaging them and you're trying to share the opportunity, they're going to judge your Facebook platform. They're going to judge your profile photo, your last 20 photos, your Facebook post, and your background photo. Those are all going to be judged. And I know these statistics are so true. Eva and I have put thousands of dollars into branding, social media marketing, attraction marketing. We've attended Facebook events and seminars. We've paid other higher-end network marketing professionals in the industry that teach these things. So we've seen it. I definitely don't make this up. It's regurgitated knowledge. And the proof is in the pudding that when someone's Facebook is not branded, prospects don't pay attention to you. That's just how it goes. You type something to them, and they're not receptive. They end up ignoring you because they look at your Facebook and they think that what you're doing and what you're part of is not serious, or maybe it's a scam, and they're judging your Facebook layout. So the branding process of Facebook is extremely huge to make sure that your layout, the things that you do have laid out on Facebook, are grabbing your audience to where people are gravitating to you. I just had 2 people today that private messaged me. I have no idea who they are. I didn't do anything for it. They just came to me. They gravitated to my Facebook. They just said, hey, we love your morals, your standards. You look like a professional, and we see that you're doing big things on Facebook. What do you do for a living? I mean, they gravitated and came to me. And it wasn't like that in the beginning, guys, so don't think that it was always like that. But every now and then, I'd say at least in a 10-day period, I maybe have about 8 random people that'll message me in a 10-day period without me messaging them. Now, when I intentionally private message people, I go straight to their inbox. I private message 20 people a night. 20 people a night. So I really want you to ponder about that. If you're laying down in bed and you're getting ready to go to sleep, you know, kids are in bed, your daily routine is done, maybe you've already read a book, maybe you've already said prayers, whatever it is, 20 private messages before you go to sleep. And it doesn't have to be crazy. Guys, my private messaging sometimes is, hey, Sally, hey, Jeff, hey, Steve, and that's it. Because I'm waiting for them to respond the next day when I wake up. I'm not looking for 2-hour conversations at 11 o'clock at night or midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning. But sometimes it does happen. I literally the other night, I sent a private message to someone at 11:30 p.m. on my drive home from a BP about an hour and a half away from my house. 11:30 p.m., the lady responded 5 minutes later. 10 minutes later, I had her intrigued. 2 minutes after that, I sent a video. 5 minutes after that, we were already on a three-way validation call with one of my other local growing leaders for three-way validation. That happened in a 25-minute time frame with me driving home, voice texting with my phone on the mount. My phone on the mount, voice texting, and it happened. So sometimes people do respond immediately. But just to really emphasize that, 20 private messages a night. Okay, so to recap a little bit of what I said, your Facebook is public. You're adding random strangers to your Facebook. So yes, you are doing that. So get out of your comfort zone with that. If you feel like you have things on your Facebook you don't want outside people to see, then remove it. If you feel like it's too much to remove, create a new Facebook. It's that simple. And I remember listening to a business mentor, and he told me this. He said, Adrian, if you have a Facebook and it's not making you money, delete it. And I remember I took that to heart. I said, man, he told me to delete my Facebook if it's not making me money. And I really let that sink in, and I put to my team, I said, if social media you money, you need to delete it because you're just web surfing, you're watching videos all day, you're staring at everyone else's success. You go to people's profiles, you like what they're posting, and you don't even comment. I mean, you have a dead Facebook, so delete it. So you have to be intentional about your Facebook. And if you feel like it's too much to clean up, guys, ladies, then just delete it or create a new one and have one for family, one for business. And you should max out your friends list, 5,000 friends. I'm at about 3,500, but I don't really take it as serious as I should with maxing out my friends list. But my Facebook is also public, so I probably have about another 6,000 followers aside from actual friends. And so I'm constantly looking for a way to engage and have people follow me even without them being my friend. I think I have about 800 pending friend requests. I can't even get to them all. So I just leave them there because my Facebook is public. And so since my Facebook is public, I really don't necessarily have to have them as my friend. But if they are my friend, they're going to get notifications and alerts every single time I post something, every single time I'm typing and engaging on a post or in someone else's post or notification. It's going to alert them. It's going to alert them. So I can create a post and just say, wow, another phenomenal night of changing people's lives on our waterfront Wednesday meetings. I don't have to say anything about Ambit Energy. I don't talk about free energy, hotel stays. I don't talk about how you can come make $5,000 today with me. You know, I don't do anything like that. It's very catchy. It's very catchy with what I type. You know, I could take a selfie in this business presentation tonight because it's going to be fire. Our Wednesday night meetings are always fire. I could take a selfie, post it on Facebook, and I could just put, wow, we helped 2 people retire today. 3 people were able to make additional $2,000 this month around their jobs. Tonight was amazing. I could just leave it just like that on Facebook. And naturally, people gravitate to that. And if you have strangers on your Facebook, people that don't know you, here's what they're going to see. They're going to look at your Facebook and say, well, what is he doing? What is he doing that he helped that stay-at-home mother stay at home? He helped that part-time realtor earn additional $2,000 this month. What is he doing? So it's drawing curiosity. It's drawing curiosity because you're sharing success. You're sharing success. So remember this, success attracts success. So if you share that you're successful, you share there's other successful people. Your prospects, your friends, the people that told you no 3 years ago that are on your Facebook, they want to be a part of what it is that you're doing. I had a guy that told me no 4 years ago, like almost figuratively spat in my face, that is now getting ready to join my business because he's been following me on Facebook. He's been watching what I'm doing. He's watching people on my team promote and grow, and still has no idea what I'm doing. I mean, the first time that I shared it with him, he's like, hey, I don't want to do that. Whatever it is you're doing, I just don't believe in extra money like that. Had no idea what I was doing 4 years ago. But then now we fast forward to today. Because I branded myself, my Facebook is branded, it's public, it draws attention, and I don't allow tag posts. So I go to my security settings. I don't like people tagging me all over everything because I may not catch it. I'm busy, and so the last thing I need is for somebody to tag me in a post on my Facebook that is inappropriate, or maybe it's just unnecessary. So I don't allow tag posts, and if I do, it's because I approve it. So in your Facebook settings, you can approve tagged post. It's up to you. You do have that ability. You can go in your settings and you can choose if you want your post to automatically go on your feed if someone tagged you, or you can choose to approve it. So all of my settings are approval only. No one can type or tag me on anything on my wall on my Facebook unless I approve it. So if I don't approve it, then nothing is going to pop up on my Facebook wall. I have to give permission for that. So I think that's really important too, because you'll get people that'll tag you in things. Maybe it's repetitive. Maybe somebody's talking too much about free energy and Ambit energy. I don't want my news feed. I don't want my Facebook to be completely blown up with Ambit. I just don't want to, because here's what a prospect does. They go on Google. They research your company. They find 70 complaints with almost 1.6 million customers. Do the math. That's really nothing. But they find 70 complaints and they flip before you even share the opportunity. So I'm very careful. Every now and then you will see something that pops up. That's okay. But it's not 5 posts a day about Ambit energy. That's not how it works. I don't do anything close to that. I just maintain that it's encouraging, that it's positive, that it's motivating, and that it's grabbing people's attention, because I want people to gravitate to me and my business without me really having to so much chase them down. But again, I mean, really think about that. If you're private messaging 20 people a night, 20 strangers, and it's not hard to do. Guys, if you want to get in Alberta, Canada, go to your search bar on Facebook. Type in Stephen, Alberta, Canada. You're going to see like 2,000 Stevens. There's plenty of room to grow. I don't have to hide that secret. It's not a secret. 2,000 people. Good luck. May the best Ambit person win. It's not hard. I mean, I think I was dealing with 8 people today in Alberta, Canada. I sent a video to 2. I'm dealing with a realtor tomorrow, and then I have a guy that's a Bitcoin investor that I'm dealing with after that. I'm dealing with 2 heavy hitters. With me not living in that country, I want to recruit up. So my intentional targeting on Facebook, I'm recruiting up. I'm looking for people that are already professionally minded, because I don't have time to babysit all the way from California. Being all the way in California, I really don't want to do too much babysitting because I understand that's a whole different country. So I'm looking to recruit up. So that way, as I'm taking flights and I'm building in that market, it's a little more minimal for what I have to do as a leader. But as a leader, I will get there. That's part of our job. But what I'm saying is I don't want to have to fly there every 3 days. I mean, if I could take a week off and be in California and crush it, or then go to Texas and Chicago, and I have these big leaders in Alberta, Canada that are just taking off because they're already business-minded, they're professionals, they're realtors. It's a little less babysitting for me. So a new country like that, me personally, my Facebook targeting are business professionals. I'm recruiting up. So it's not hard to go on your search bar on Facebook and to type in someone's name, a random name. Think of any name and it's going to work. And then after their name, type in Alberta, Canada. It's not hard. What about Texas? Type in their name and put Dallas, Texas. There's going to be thousands and thousands of people that pop up per name. And all you have to do is private message them. Send them a friend request. Say hello. You don't even have to make them direct friends. You can just leave it at a private message just saying, hey, Todd, how you doing? Just notice your Facebook. I noticed you're an Allstate agent. How do you like selling insurance, life insurance, and dealing with people? How do you like that market? I mean, it could be a really simple question. You don't have to get crazy. You don't have to talk about Ambit energy. You're building relationships. And the great thing about Facebook is when you message them, here's what they're going to do. Remember, they're going right back to your Facebook page. They want to think, who's this crazy guy? Who's Adrian? Who's this Adrian guy that's private messaging me And how did he find me on Facebook? And it's so funny when someone says, "What? How'd you find me?" And I go, "Well, I'm a professional network marketer. Part of my job is to find people to do business with." And I put LOL. And they're like, "Oh, okay." Because there's nothing weird about that. This is what I do. And if you look at my page, you can tell I'm a Christian first. I'm a professional network marketer. I care about my family. I care about the community. So if you go right back to my page, nothing is going to tell you that I'm trying to harm you. Nothing is going to tell you, even if you're a woman, that I'm trying to harass you or do something that's inappropriate. Nothing on my Facebook is going to even give you that vibe. You're going to feel comfortable just saying hello right back to me. So I try to make sure that I give that impression, private messaging people on Facebook. That's extremely important to do that. So let's see, we got about, okay. So Mark, I mean, if I could go over anything maybe that you're listening to, maybe if you caught something and you're like, hey, can you reiterate that? You know, I know I was going kind of fast with it, and social media is kind of like in reality, like an 8-hour training. But if there's some things that I hit on right now that you want me to reiterate, let me know if you want to chime in. Maybe something that you heard that you feel would be more beneficial to go ahead and reiterate for the team.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, I had a question. You said that you engage them, or you because how do you get them engaged? So once you started the conversation, what's the kind of, is it form, or what do you use to kind of engage that conversation with somebody?
Yeah, so kind of like what I gave right now with the Allstate agent, right? So I'm almost interviewing. It's not stalking. It's interviewing. I remember this analogy. If you're a boss, you own your business, and on the employment sheet, that employer, potential employee, part of what they have to do is leave their Facebook link. Okay, as a boss, are you not going to look at their Facebook to see who they are? I mean, we hear this all over society right now. People have been fired from their jobs because of what they put on Facebook. So that being said, I look at people's Facebook to look for, one, for a compliment. Two, look at what I could start engaging in based on their Facebook and their posts. And then I look if they're married and if they have a family. I love bringing that up, because if they're married and they have a family, and let's say her name is Stacy, I want to say, hey, Stacy, hello, my name's Adrian. I love what you do. I noticed that you're impacting the community. You're out there donating. You're impacting people's lives. I think that's great that you and your husband, keyword, you and your husband do that. That's phenomenal. How's your day going? So I had the compliment. I included the husband. I wanted to let her know, hey, this is not anything personal. I'm including the husband. And then I added an additional compliment and asked, how's your day going? Now, Stacy, if she's open-minded, right, they do have to be open-minded, just like any other person, in personal and physical appearance, same thing. So if they're open-minded, they're going to say, well, thank you, Adrian. Yeah, I've been doing this for 5 years, and they're going to keep going. And yeah, my husband and I love doing this, and my day is going great. See, so from that point forward, now the ball's in my hand. I control my business. You guys all listening, you guys should all control your business. Your prospects should not control your business. So at that point, now I'm going to think to myself rather than to jump straight in it. Okay, how do I want to do this now? And so I'll think of something different every single time. I might say, hey, look, well, really quickly, the reason why I message you is I noticed that you live in Dallas, Texas. I have a ton of business, a lot of people that I'm working with in the community in Dallas, Texas. And what I have found is people like yourself do great things with what I do for a living in Dallas, Texas. When do you have 15 minutes so I could share it with you and your husband? When do you have 15 minutes so I could share it with you and your husband? And so those are the approaches that I take. Or say it's a realtor. Then if it's a realtor, then what I'm going to do, let's just say it's Todd, like the guy I'm dealing with in Alberta, Canada. I'm going to say, hey, Todd, look, I noticed you're a realtor. I deal with thousands of realtors in business, which is true. In Ambit Energy, we have thousands of realtors that are part-time realtors. So then what I'm going to do at that point is say, hey, Todd, I noticed you're a part-time realtor. I have a business that I'm working on that complements your industry. And for the first time in history, it's going to give realtors like you an opportunity to triple your income on the side of selling houses. Now, that's a very true statement, because we know the power that Canada is going to bring. Now, at that point, you guys think that I have his attention? I had his attention. Trust me. because a lot of realtors are motivated to make another stream of income. I've never met one that isn't. Even the ones that end up telling me no, I've never met one on first conversation that is not open, to want to make another stream of income. And so that's the approach that I'll take. And so now I have this guy super intrigued, and he goes, look, I'm super busy. I invest. I do Bitcoin. I do this. So that already told me, I'm like, the guy's an investor. I knew it. So I said, well, look, Todd, what I have my hands on is super important. I need 15 minutes of undivided attention. I can't just send you the information now. It's so important that if you miss one thing, you're going to miss everything important about the actual opportunity. So he said, Adrian, I respect that. Tomorrow at 4 p.m., which is 3 p.m. your time, because there's a 1 hour difference, I have 30 minutes available. Contact me then and send me all the information. We'll talk after. That was it. That was all. I didn't even talk about Ambit. I didn't even talk about energy. I didn't go over any of that, guys. And it was all about planting that seed, thinking of something that would be tangible, that would grab his attention as a realtor. And it's almost common sense. It's like a construction worker. I know where their comfort zone is at. Their comfort zone is getting dirty, being hands-on. So I look for compliments around that I could go into and make an invite approach with. So I'm always interviewing and looking for the invite and what it is I could do to go ahead and engage with the prospect on Facebook. And yeah, I mean, sometimes people block you. Sometimes people will read and not type back. That's the nature of the business. I'm going to be honest. If I private message 100 people a week, maybe about 20 of them are receptive, 19 to 20 of them. I mean, law of numbers on Facebook, that's really how it is. But 90% of my business is Facebook, 90% of my business. And about the 8 people that I'm getting ready to sponsor in Alberta, Canada, Facebook. So it's the proof is in the pudding. Eva Palacios, she's over here running around somewhere. Same thing. All of our entire team that's here building right now, no joke, all of them are building on Facebook. All the fast track seniors you guys see in California, all the fast track RCs that you guys see, all the people, hey Christina, all the people that are getting ready to promote, all the promotion that you guys have seen all the last 3 weeks has been all because of Facebook. Every single one of them. I mean, it's phenomenal. I feel like God has blessed us with such an amazing tool that if it's used in the right way, you can impact so many people's lives. You can give so much people a financial opportunity if it's used the correct way. So I guess you have to remember what I said from what a mentor told me. If you have Facebook and it's not making you money, delete it. But I pray because of all of us on this conversation, we're going to use it as a tool. Even if you have to make a new Facebook, that's fine. Max out your Facebook. Make it public. Add friends every single day. Add strangers every single day. Trust me. Watch what it's going to do, but brand yourself. And if you want to know more on that, go on YouTube, youtube.com, the video channel, and just type in how to Facebook market, how to brand yourself, how to cold market talk to strangers on Facebook. YouTube gives you all the platform and formulas for it for free. But duplicate the process. Don't throw up on people. Still follow the system. Once you have them intrigued, still ask them for 15 to 20 minutes of their attention. Still align and set up a 3-way validation call. And do like a live Zoom video and connect your leader with them, especially if you're trying to launch Alberta, Canada, like myself and my team. We're already getting ready to kill it. We got team members taking off, driving their next week, all because of Facebook growth. It's amazing. And Steve Thompson's there launching meetings right now. There's a meeting tomorrow night with Steve Thompson. So it's almost a no-brainer to try to start private messaging people on Facebook in that area. And try to land a diamond. I mean, you may get lucky, and it'll happen. I was landed from Facebook. Guys, I'm a living testimony. My sponsor in Buffalo, New York, found me in California from social media.
Wow. So
whoever says it doesn't work, I'm right here in front of you, and I was found on social media. I've created thousands of customers and thousands of consultants because of social media under my upline. So I'm pretty sure that he feels blessed and fortunate. So Mark, yeah, we're good. We have about another eight minutes, Mark.
Okay. Brian Hall was asking if you use anything else besides Facebook. Are you into any other type of social media?
Instagram. So I made a mistake. I thought my Instagram was public, but I found out 1 month ago it wasn't. So 1 month ago, I made it public, and I was wondering why. I was like, why am I not getting past 400 friends? Like, all the stuff I do, all the hashtagging, I'm like, it should have grown, right? So then I made it public, and it added another 300 friends and a ton of extra followers. And I actually do a lot of hashtagging in Alberta, Canada, and Texas, and markets that I want to intentionally grow. And I don't hashtag a market I don't want. Reason why I say that is we know as leaders that if you sponsor 10 people in 10 different states, are you willing to fly every single week to 10 different states to help them grow? And that's another thing you have to be honest with. If you're not, don't do it. Just to be honest, at business professional to business professionals, I've learned that from Chris Atkinson, Steve Thompson, and other outside network marketing professionals. Target states or an international country that you will really fly to and that you could afford. If not, don't do it because you're just going to hurt yourself. So I have about 300 partners in New York. I have some Texas, Chicago, Indiana, Japan, California predominantly, and then now Alberta, Canada we're getting. So, but those are all areas I'm willing to fly to. But I wouldn't try to recruit 20 people in 20 different states that I would not fly to because then I would be wasting their time because I wouldn't be that leader to fly to them. So, yeah, I'd be careful on where you go. But just back to the root of it all, Instagram and Facebook are my main sources. I'm very familiar with all social media platforms, but those are my two that I use for business. Those are the two that I could keep up with. I can't keep up with them all. Doing community outreaches, church events, men's ministry teams, evangelizing and things that I'm getting into. I just can't keep up with all the platforms. So I stick. Okay, hold on. Remember the number one producing platform still. It's Facebook. And now Facebook bought out Instagram. So it's still the highest producing platform in existence. So I'm going to continue to stick with that. But yeah, Instagram is bringing me people now. I actually have about 4 private messages that I have to get to just from Instagram right now.
One thing I do want to kind of highlight on is you still treat it like a business. I think a lot of times people do Facebook where they just put their link on the Facebook site as opposed to doing what you're doing, which is make contact, set an appointment, and show them a video.
Ask that last question again.
No, I said it looks like to me like when you do this, that you're actually treating it like a real business.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're actually showing somebody, you're setting an appointment. You're not just, on your page putting a link to your website.
No. Guys, you're going to land yourself in Death Valley if you do that. You're going to land yourself in a sinkhole if you do that. Don't post your link on Facebook. Don't post about Ambit Energy 5 posts a day every single day. Don't do that. Brand yourself. Success attracts success. What would you be looking at in a professional? I've had people in Ambit Energy, brand new marketing consultants that have stumbled across my page and they're like, hey, what business are you? And you look successful. I'm like, I'm an Ambit like you. And they're like, oh. And it's because they're brand new, so no harm, no foul, but it's because of the branding on Facebook. It's being branded. Remember, you have to be the person that you want people to see in business, that you want people that you would like to see in your personal business attracted to. That's who you want to be on Facebook. Keep your personal family stuff off. It's okay to share some things, but don't get so personal because if you're adding strangers and it's going public, a lot of people's fears is like, well, my family or my daughter or my son. Well, you don't have to post them. That's a choice. I've chosen to not share my beautiful daughter every single day, and I love her to death. But I've chosen that. I share her sometimes, but not all the time because I am dealing with a lot of strangers. And so not everybody's in my Ambit business. So I would encourage that if you feel that and you feel like your page is too personal, again, just create a new one. Just create a new one, business only, add all Ambit leaders, all your team members, and then start building to the public. Start typing in people in the search bar and watch what you're posting. Watch what you're posting and pay attention to the amount of likes you get. If you create a post and it brings you 2 likes, don't post anything like that again. If you create a post and it's bringing you like 40, 50, 60, 80, 90, 100 likes, keep creating posts similar to that. It grabs people's attention. So I do pay attention to that as well. I average anywhere from 40 to like 120 likes Sometimes I've had 300-400 likes. Sometimes as low as like 20 likes. It just really depends, but I do pay attention to what I'm posting and the crowd engagement from it. I do pay attention to that. I'm not sharing links like Mark said. Don't do that. Stay a professional. Stay a business professional. Stay branded. If you look at realtors, not all of them, but most of them are some of the most well-branded professionals. They have a great profile photo, an excellent background photo, and they're constantly posting about buying houses, which is kind of annoying. But they're branded. Nonetheless, they're branded, and they're eventually going to land a referral and a client from that. But I've even had to teach realtors on my team to not post so much about every house that's for sale every 10 seconds, and I tell them that's not going to bring you crowd engagement. I just know that because I've taught some realtors even on my Ambit team relationship marketing, Facebook branding, and attraction marketing, and they've doubled their real estate sales. So I'm not even a realtor, but I'm like, hey, it's kind of common sense to be branded and to have people attracted to you and to want to know what you do. And then naturally you can gain referrals and recommendations from that, just from you being branded. So yeah, you want to stay a professional on Facebook, Mark.
Perfect. Now, do you have to go, or do you got a minute?
You got 2 minutes.
Okay, does anybody here have any questions? Because I know Brian had a question. If you got a question, raise your hand. No, we're all good. Larry does. Hang on a second. Let me undo Larry. Hold on a minute here. Larry V. Go ahead, Larry.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
Real quick, I haven't been in Facebook very long. I've only been on like 6 months, and I'm just kind of learning. I was doing some LinkedIn. So I'm kind of new to like even what you're saying, like brand yourself and pictures, background. What is it exactly? How do I go about that?
Yeah, so you can find great background photos on Google Images for free. Just type success, wallpaper, or backgrounds. Maybe type in a place that you want to go on vacation to. Like I have a nice black and white one right now that I put intentionally on somewhere I want to go on vacation to. But people see that and they're attracted to that. So you can find on Google Images, and also get a professional profile photo. Pay for a headshot, man. There's a lot of people that even have professional cameras, maybe even in your Ambit team, and just say, hey, man, can I swing by and just get a headshot? Just maybe take 3 of them so I can choose my best one, and then just put a professional photo. I mean, I don't think I've ever went and paid photography. I've had people on my team that own like nice Nikon cameras, and I just tell them, hey, I'm going to swing by. Can you take a quick photo? And that's all I do.
You think like a suit? You're talking wear a suit, tie? What you're comfortable with? I'm more of a.
What was that?
I'm wondering.
What was that?
I'm more of a t-shirt guy, but do you suit up is what I'm asking.
Just make it professional. If it's professional, you're smiling. It's not offensive. There shouldn't be a problem. And if it's professional, it's not blurry. That's super key. People take selfies. I don't want to knock women, but women are known for selfies. And so if you see like blurry selfies and you guys are taking blurry selfies, that's not going to change or it's not going to bring prospects. People are not going to engage and be attracted to that and want to know who you are, think that you're a professional because you're sitting there like this and it's blurry and you can hardly see your face or your smile. So make sure it's clear. It does have to be clear. That's the important thing. It's clear, it's inviting, you're smiling, and you're not just sitting there like, you don't want to do that. You got to smile. You got to engage. And when people see that, they're attracted to that. And trust me, they're attracted to that. When you just say hello, they don't feel like you're even trying to contact them for anything that's non-business related. They look at you. I mean, they look at you. You're branded. That's so important to be branded. It's so important. And again, you can look up, Facebook and social media branding on YouTube as well. YouTube offers a lot of free content, a lot of free material.
Okay, last question before I let you go. Justin Steger was asking, if you meet somebody at the gas station, you've never met them before, how soon do you show them the plan, or do you build a relationship first?
He must see my gas station post on Facebook. I've showed the plan to people on the spot at gas stations. Sometimes I just get the name and number and keep going. But look, if you're filling up a gas tank, on average, it's literally about 8 to 15 minutes sometimes, depending on how much you're putting in. that's plenty enough time for me to share a 5-6 minute video, 8-minute video. That's plenty of time. And so I've sat there at a gas pump and I'm like, hey, look, weird question. I'm working on something. You're sharp. You're personable. I think someone like you would be extremely great in helping me what I'm doing to expand in the community in different states. And I'll just pull out my phone. Let me share this little quick 5-minute overview with you. And I'll just put it in front of them. I mean, I just do it. I've had people join me like that. I got people on my team that could vouch for that. And I've had people join me on the spot. I've had some people just think I'm a weirdo, and they're like, "Hey, I don't have time. I don't have time to take a look at what it is that you're doing." That's fine with me. No harm, no foul. Part of my job is to share what it is I'm doing and to be bold about it. Look, guys, the worst thing that's going to happen is someone's going to tell you no. I mean, you're not paying my bills. You're not taking care of my daughter. You're not taking care of my ministry. You're not providing for my bills. So you telling me no does not hurt me. I look for no's. I get excited. I'm like, man, I had 5 people tell me no. I need to go get 5 more, because the law of numbers, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. If I meet and share it with 10 people, I will sponsor 2. I will get 5 as customers. I will have 2 on the fence giving me referrals. That's going to happen. It's law of numbers. And I'm that confident in its proof because I've done it so many times. Practice doesn't make perfect. It doesn't. But it does help increase what it is that you're doing in your business. It starts becoming second nature. It's not going to be perfect. It never will be. But it starts becoming second nature. I had a guy that I did a live video with, actually, after I showed him the plan. I said, hey, look, as an entrepreneur, I'm kind of doing training, teaching my team what it is that I do. Can I just go live? Can I go live on my private team page and just say hello, and I want to tell them how I met you in the gas station and kind of encourage my team? And he's like, yeah, dude, go ahead. But now this guy's joined me in business next week. So,
wow,
you know, it's your self-confidence too. A lot of people are afraid to get a no. I don't know why. I don't know why people are afraid to get a no, or they're so worried about what people are going to say on Facebook, social media, or in person. I would throw that in the garbage. Your why, your future, your kids, your income, your financial freedom number, what you live for, who you are as a person is way more important than someone else's opinion. And as long as you remember that, I promise you that your business is going to prosper. You have to remember that. Most importantly, you have to remember that your business, the reason why you started, your kids, your future, you have kids, look at your kids. Look at them. Look at your kids. And then you start asking yourself, is it worth me? Is it worth me being ashamed or afraid to get a no? My grandmother, my house, the different zip code, the car, whatever it is that really worth me not saying hello to this person? And then if it's a yes, something has to change. Something has to change. So, yeah, I got to get running to the BP now, Mark. So
yeah,
thank
awesome.
you so much for having me on. This was amazing, brother. If I can do anything in the future to continue to help you and your team, just let me know.
All right, same here. And let's see that crowd out there. You got a big crowd. You turn them.
Thank you.
Let's see. Let me see if I could walk to. We're getting it all kicked off. Hold on.
Here we go. Look at this. Yeah.
What's up, guys? What's up, Eva? You got Mark and Christina.
Hey, great job on stage.
I got Dr. D. What's up, D?
Hey,
Just getting it all kicked off right now. We got everybody showing up. Hey, what's up, crowd? What's up, Sohail? How you doing, brother? Got a lot of guests in the lobby right now waiting.
Awesome.
Dr. D, the man with the plan. Oh, here we go. We got the big crowd coming in right there. How you doing, Pastor Josh? How you doing? God bless you. We got Will. Yeah, yes, it is.
Love it.
All right, guys, we're going to get this started.
Thank you.
God bless you guys.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, there we are. Yep, that's me. Hang on a second. Let me get back to me here. All right, can everybody hear me now? All right, good. Well, hopefully you all got value out of this call tonight. A couple things I do want to touch on that he was talking about, that whenever he talked about Facebook, one thing I did one time as kind of a fun experiment was I looked up people with the exact same name as me. And so I started making friends with everybody named Mark Alfano that I could find, because I know that they're entrepreneurial type people and things like that. So that was my goal. I want to meet as many Mark Alfanos as I can, and I've shown the plan to Mark Alfano, who actually lives in Missouri. He's really going back and forth. If Missouri was open, I'm sure he'd be in. There's another Mark Alfano that lives in somewhere in Maryland, and so that was my goal to start out. The second thing is he was talking about doing the what do you call it, the Facebook Messenger, and I actually have a messenger here, and it's on my phone right now. That I've been doing tonight, and it's the same thing. It's just somebody that I've reached out to, started a dialogue, got to the point where he's seen the video, and now he's coming back and forth with questions, and so just treat it like a real presentation, treat it like a real live business, and don't just, like he said, don't just go out there and post a link to your Facebook page, because it's never going to work. So does anybody out there have any questions? Let me go to gallery here. Any questions? Got some feedback here. Oh, well, first of all, let me bring on real quick. I want to bring Cheryl on, because Cheryl got a new consultant in Alberta. So let me unmute Cheryl. Hey, Cheryl.
Hi, everybody.
Hey. So tell us about your new consultant. And she's the first person on our team to have a new consultant in Canada, so congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, last Friday, my husband bought an Airstream, and it was from Portland, Oregon, or Washington or someplace out there, and he hired a driving company to bring it. So he said to me that this guy will be coming out, and he's from Alberta. Do you want to talk to him? I said, sure. So anyways, long story short is he ended up coming 2 days earlier than I expected. Like 9 o'clock, he tells me, Mike will be here in a few minutes, within an hour. We need to feed him, and so you'll just have to use that time to show him the business. So I said, okay. Mark and Christina were gracious enough to talk with him late at night on a Friday night. And he saw it and got it right away and said, I'm not going to do this, though. My wife's going to do it. And so call her. And so Mark got on the phone, bless his heart, in the middle and talked to Mike Friday night until like almost 2 a.m, and then talked to Svetlana. She's they're both from Serbia, and so anyways, Svetlana signed up today, and she's going to the meeting in Alberta tomorrow. So we're really excited.
That's awesome. So did everybody here get something out of what Adrian had to say? What did you say? Good stuff? All right. So you see, next week we don't have a speaker lined up, but the week after we do have Jay Emma coming on. So in the meantime, if there's somebody that you want to hear, let me know. There will not be a BP tomorrow night. Just a reminder. I see Ryan looking at me. Ryan's like, say what?
Oh, no.
Now, Ryan, I can be available for a closing call, but tomorrow night most of us will be at Power Trip in Scranton. And so, so if you need me as a close, just let me know. I'll get out of the room unless I'm speaking there. But that's going to be our Power Trip. So we'll pick up next week. We'll be actually, right now we're in Studio C. We're going to move to Studio F. The following week we'll be in Florida. And so we'll be broadcasting live from there Wednesday at 9:30. And like I said, we're not sure exactly who's coming on yet, but the week after that, Jay Emma will be on. So if somebody you want to see, just let us know. Do you have anything to add, Christina? All right. Well, if nobody has anything else, I'm going to let you all go. Thanks for coming on, and we'll see you next week. And hopefully you're all going to Power Trip.
See you, Power
Say
Trip.
bye-bye. Bye. Let me unmute everybody. All right, everybody's unmuted.
Hi, Johnny.
Bye, Johnny. Bye.
See you guys.
See you there. Congratulations, Cheryl. Congratulations, Cheryl.
Hey, Mark.
Thanks, Sammy. I'll just
Hey, Mark.
Hi, Sam.
See you tomorrow, buddy.
He wants to be in the
See
picture.
you all tomorrow.
All right,
Hey,
see
Mark.
you tomorrow.
Mark, I got a
Bye-bye.
quick question for you. Mark?
Yeah, go for it.
On that text today, when you said you're sending out the Zoom
Yes.
to the team, you're saying you're going to 7 levels. So just so I understand that, is that everybody in my group gets it, or I have to send it to everybody in my group?
Nope, I send it out to my first 7 levels, so that's almost about 80% of our entire team gets it, and so you're in that first, because you're on my first level. So
And all my people get it then?
They're all getting it. That's right.
Okay.
There's only a few people who are coded to me that aren't getting it right now. They're on my 7th or 8th, 9th, 10th levels and stuff like that. I just right now I'm keeping it contained for the time being, and eventually we're going to open it up. And actually, it may go to everyone eventually because I think it's going to really catch on, especially this meeting. So. But right now, I want to keep it to our team. So, what I challenge everybody is to, call your teammates that aren't getting on and just challenge them to get on. Just say, hey, guys, you're missing out. We had a really good call. I think tonight was just another knockout. It was another home run. And especially if you've ever wondered how to build a different way. And, with Christine and I going to Florida, we have to think outside of the box, too, as far as how do we work. And so social media is going to probably play a pretty big role in that, and this type of format as well. You can stay in touch with everyone.
Hey, Mark.
Sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
I just have one more question. These webinars that you've recorded,
Yes.
Do you know how we can access those yet?
I'm actually going to be setting up a YouTube channel, so I have to figure all that stuff out, and then I'm going to upload them to the YouTube channel, and it'll be. I think you have to. I don't know I don't want to make it open to the public, so I'll probably do like a private channel that you have to subscribe to. That'll be free. But then I'm going to upload these videos because, sometimes I don't start recording until a few minutes into them, just because the first few minutes is just kind of us talking. But yeah, I'm definitely I've been saving them, so I only have so much room on my computer, so I have to start uploading them.
Yeah, because he gave us a lot of information tonight. I couldn't take notes fast enough.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I'm going to rewatch it again too. Yeah, I'm definitely going to rewatch it. Good job. Hey, John.
Hey, John, did you get unpacked?
I'm working on it, box by box.
Box by box. There we go. Well, we're going to start packing. You're on pack.
It's I'm figuring it out right now. If I haven't needed it in 3 weeks, maybe I won't need it for the next 5 years. So
yeah, that's what we've been saying.
Well, you got curtains up.
You got the curtains up. Right.
Actually, those curtains were part of this place, and as it turns, they're, no offense, ladies, but they're kind of chick curtains.
Chick.
But they actually go really well with my furniture and everything now. So everybody's coming in going like, wow, those are great. I go, yeah, got them.
That's funny. Hey, why not? Keep them up.
And I had one trick-or-treater last night.
Wow. They
Wow.
probably got a big thing of candy.
This might be a retirement community. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess you'll find out.
Yeah.
How close are you to Heinen's, the Bay Village Heinen's?
About 5 minutes from it and 5 minutes from Rocky River.
Wow.
Nice.
I'm almost on the border of Rocky River, so.
Our old stomping grounds up there.
All right, well, I'm going to let everybody go because I have a guy to follow up with here. So, John woke me up in the middle of the night with a phone call. I don't know what the heck he was thinking. My phone started, I noticed my phone, it was ringing.
What happened? Did I tell you?
What kind of daylight savings time are you on, man?
He said it was 8:30 in the morning. I called him and said, somebody call me.
It was 8:40. Yeah.
8:40.
I left him a message, too. I said, I remember when you had a real job. You used to get up at 4 a.m.
Not anymore.
You'd be eating lunch by 8:30.
That's right. You're right. We would. So me and Sam, the dog. All right. We'll see you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll stop the recording.